Well, greetings, world, and greetings, Seven Spot. Today we've got a bit of a change in the routine. Today we're introducing a new topic and a new show plan. It's about goodbyes and goodbyes for sevens and saying goodbye to a seven. And today we're going to bring in Mike Rupp.
Greetings, world, and greetings, Seven Spot. Yep, now it's my turn to say goodbye. My project is now finally up for sale on eBay if someone wants it.
Well, that's interesting because we're at Seven Spot. We're all about building sevens, and of course, that's how I got to meet you. But the important thing for me is, it's a bit of a journey to build. I know that I'm just a kit car builder, and you are building. We're building from scratch. But it's always the part of the journey where you decide to change a direction. So, what happened for you, Mike?
Well, to be honest with you, I lost a little bit interest. I've worked for nearly 5 years in the automotive industry, and I just lost the spark, to be honest. And I haven't done much for a year, and I enjoy now more other things. So I've decided to literally to sell it on.
Yeah.
And
do you mind if I jump in here?
The fun, because it's a shame. It's starting to corrode and everything. Something needs to be done.
Yeah, but let me just say this: what you're offering is not just a bare bones kit. You've taken the kit so far. Somebody's just going to step in and do the finishing touches, and it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, well, pretty much. I went through the parts over the weekend, and I think apart from the paneling, brake hoses, pipes, the car is pretty. I think I got pretty much all the parts for it.
Yeah.
To finish it off. Yeah.
Well, we'll go through a slideshow there, but I'm interested because people always, at least for me, anyways, I always like to see what's next on the horizon. Obviously, you're not, turning out the lights and going away in deep depression. You've changed careers a bit, and I know that, but you've also changed interests in a way. I know that you're a foodie like I am, and you love to travel, but you've also developed an interest in toy trains. Tell us what the next step is for Mike and toy trains.
Yeah. So, as some of you already know, I started a gun railway last year. And it's just going further and further. Now I'm at the stage that I play around with so-called live steam locomotives. So it's basically a smaller scaled down copy of the real deal.
Yeah.
I bought a restoration project last week, which goes into my workshop, then getting completely dismantled and restored to its former glory with some upgrades. And obviously the 7 will pay partially for it, for the upgrades and the stuff.
Well, speaking of that, I brought in the page with the sevens. So I was wondering, do you mind just taking a moment to generally describe what the buyer might find in the kit?
So the buyer will get, let me think, obviously the chassis, wishbone arms, which are new, an engine, obviously a XFlow 1600, which according to the previous owner has been refurbished and relined back to 1600cc standard size. Also, it has a 270 camshaft according to the previous owner. I believe the engine has been converted to unleaded, because I think I've discovered some stainless steel valves, which normally you would do if you do unleaded conversion. Engine was turning off, never fired it up. But I also saw that the flywheel bolts, they seem to be partially slightly ground. Possibly that would show that eventually the whole thing is also balanced, because that's what you do to have the equal weight. You've got a manifold for the carburetors. However, the manifold, I have to say, needs some work. I bought it from eBay.
Yeah, and it's on bike carbs, right?
Yeah, for the bicarbs that needs work. The manifold, you might want to buy another one and leave the hassle. You get a gearbox, prop shaft, rear axle, fuel tank with a Hayabusa, fuel pump slash fuel sender.
Yeah, fuel pressure regulator.
You get, oh, let me think, seats, which came from a Robin Hood. I got the roll bar from a Westfield. What
You
else?
mentioned
Radiator from a Volkswagen Polo, which is new, brand new, literally in the package. You get a fan, radiator fan from a Westfield. I have I don't know how we call it, a boot cover. No, not cover. It's like a
yeah.
You can make a trunk from a Westfield that needs to be amended. However, oh my God.
And your engine mounts, are those custom or?
They're custom made, yes, yeah. Apart from these rubber parts, the lower part, which is welded to the chassis, again is a Westfield part. What else do we have? 2 steering wheels, second hand, obviously. All the parts to make a steering column. You got a Escort Mark II steering rack, 2 Cortina uprights. That's the wishbone arms from Rally Design, which are brand new. You got 4 brand new radius arms from MK Sports Cars.
Wow.
You got a light bar brand new from MK Sports Cars, 4 shock absorbers.
Yeah.
What else? A universal wiring loom. You got some parts of the bodywork. You will get a brand new Caterham dashboard, which is still in the package.
Wow.
Headlights, rear lights, part of the bodywork, which contains a scuttle, the rear fenders, front wings, front wing brackets.
Wow.
You will get some switches with it. I might have even more.
No worries. I'm going to include, when we're finished here, I'm going to include the detailed list that you sent to me.
Yeah.
This is just for you to just kind of outline what's going on. And just say, I'm going to put the eBay link so that people can contact you. It's eBay and it's not through Facebook Marketplace. Is that right?
No, it's just eBay. However, if someone wants to contact me, they can do so via Messenger.
Okay.
If we can find a deal. Something to point out, I cannot offer any delivery because I do not have a trailer anymore, or actually my friend.
Yeah.
So I would
bring a trailer.
You need a trailer. I would recommend a trailer and a van. An awful lot of parts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, just a projection. Now, I know that you've taken this so far because we've been in contact ever since you acquired the original frame and you set out on this journey. In your opinion, to a dedicated worker who's basically a weekend warrior, how much time do you think a person with some skills would take them to finish the project?
It's hard to say, because the thing is that you literally, when you're on the job, you will see what other problems you have.
Yeah.
I would say it might take half a year or a year.
Oh wow, well, that's reasonable. I mean, I just say that from my own experience
don't
building.
Take my word for it.
I'll just say,
because
for building,
you might have some surprises.
I just say this. I know what you mean, because from building this, even though it took me a year and a half, weekend warrior style, there is a point where you get into a build where you feel that you're just not making any headway. And it's time to make a decision whether you're going north or south, or just turning the lights off and say goodbye. So I know what it's like. But for a person who's got with a scratch build, looking at a year to year and a half, that is way down the tunnel. That's seeing the light at the other end.
Yeah. But the other side was as well, Jim. To be honest with you, said I lost the interest. I would eventually buy for a normal price, a low cost,
Yeah.
a finished build. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I would like to drive it, but to go through the whole thing and build one from scratch, yeah, no, is
No,
I'm not enjoying it
you've
as I used to.
and you don't
be
have much
honest.
time because I know you've changed careers and you're
Yeah.
geographically all over Great Britain because that's what you do for a living right now. So finding the
No,
time to do it.
actually not. No, I'm not. I'm just going from central London to Heathrow and back.
Okay, well that's enough to drive in one crazy.
He's not
So
upside down the country. He's literally only getting up really early.
well, if that's the case, whatever it is, I know that you've kind of made a decision to move on, and it's not because you don't have the mechanical skills. You built what is it, Formula V's before in the past, and you have driven them, so you know what it takes to
Yeah.
build one. It's just like the enthusiasm has evaporated from this project.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you've got your foodie issues, your travel issues, and your train issues to keep you busy.
That's true.
Yeah. I admire you for your steam train locomotives. I did not recognize that the steam train locomotives came in such miniature size. They're what are you looking at? Something like 6 inches, 12 inches long, or something?
10 inches.
10 inches. Wow.
Yeah.
Little guys. I had no idea that they came in that small size. And as I mentioned to you, I wondered, if 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 you let the water level get too low, what would be the explosive effect on your train setup?
Yeah. Well, I don't want, as I said, I don't want to test it.
When it goes poof. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to do all my homework in the past or homework in the future to get this up and put it up on 7spot now and put it up on the YouTube channel. And in the meantime, I will say thank you for joining us today, Mike. And
Thank you very much, Jim.
This is a goodbye, as in GOODBUY, folks, but it's not goodbye.
No, definitely not.
Okay, cheers, Mike.
Jim, all the best.
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, now everybody's talking about the kid car scene, but there's one place where you've never been. It's 7spot, your 7spot, it's 7spot, it's 7spot. It's the one they call the 7spot way. Well, I can tell you stories about a low-cost build, where a man in a shed got his dreams fulfilled. I've seen booze of power in a lightweight frame. I watched the Bond bug rise up to fame. It's 7spot, yeah, it's 7spot, it's 7spot.